Hello, welcome to a TBR. Also welcome to a video I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm sorry, I've been having a phase, but I am here and I am ready to give you a TBR of sorts. I say I'm ready and I say of sorts. I'm not ready at all because in June I really want to mood read. I think because I've been going through this phase and my May TBR did really not work out for me and I'm just kind of in a situation, I just want to mood read and go with the flow, which makes building a TBR a little bit difficult. Like, I still need to read my May Patreon buddy read pick, which is The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. I haven't read it yet. I still need to do that. It will probably end up being my first read of June, but I need to do that. I also need to read the June Patreon buddy read, which is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker-Chan. So that will be my June Patreon buddy read. So I still have both of those that I need to read. And then I just want a mood read. But I want something fun. I want to be able to make a fun video for a TBR, and there's not really much you can do for mood reading. So allow me to introduce you to the Acid Flounder of June. Ta-da! Does anyone remember the Acid Flounder of Doom? This little Acid Flounder is a mug, and on camera he looks a lot more yellow than he is in person, but he's actually like this really acid, yellowy green sort of colour, and he looks like he's on something. But this little cup is full of prompts that I got from my Patreon years ago. Like when I started my Patreon, when I used to do TBR Pursuit, my TBR board game, the Acid Flounder would occasionally come out for a reading prompt. And I was just chatting with some of my patrons about what I do for a June TBR, and the Acid Flounder cropped up in conversation, and then the play on words of Acid Flounder of Doom becoming the Acid Flounder of June just made so much sense. So I'm gonna kind of be going down a little bit of memory lane because these have not been refreshed since this was built years ago. Like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe? These are from long-standing patrons and some patrons who may no longer be members, some who have remained members for all of these years and their prompts are still lurking in here. So shout out to all of those people. Members old and new. If this goes well, maybe I will refresh his prompts. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pull out some random prompts from the Acid Flounder of June and see what happens. These are not all like book prompts. There are activity prompts in here. There are some that will be good and easy, and there are some that will be bad and horrible. And it's all the luck of the draw, isn't it? So let's see what June will bring. I was really hoping to get some queer books in June as well. Of course, it is Pride Month. Acid Flounder supports Pride. As do I. Let's see if I can make that work with whatever happens in here. Let's pull out a prompt. This one, number 1. I'm thinking I'm going to do 6, depending on how easy or horrible these are. Number 1. This is really easy. This was from Brit, and this is have a book-related snack. Popcorn. Popcorn is a great reading snack. I will have some popcorn whilst reading a book of some kind. That was a really nice one to start with. This one. This one is... Ooh. This is from Jess. Jess is still a patron. She's stuck with me. Read for the same amount of screen time you had the previous day. Okay, so again, not one where I get to pick a book, but an activity one. Read for the same amount of screen time you had the previous day. I average like 5 hours a day of screen time. So I would need to do 5 hours approximately of reading for when I choose to complete this prompt. Okay, but I still don't get to pick a book. Are these all going to be activities? This one. This one is... The screen time thing strikes again. Read a book start to finish with no screen time. I can probably double up on those and read a book within like the 5 hours-ish with some popcorn. I can triple up. I can read a book start to finish, no screen time, with popcorn. Again. Here we go. Here's one where I will have to pick an actual book. Give a DNF a second chance. And this one is from Melanie. Give a DNF a second chance. What have I DNF'd that I want to give a second chance to? You know what I would really like to give a second chance to? It wasn't even that long ago that I DNF'd this one though. Okay, I'm gonna do this. When I think of a DNF that I want to give another chance, Orbital comes to mind. I tried to read this in April when I was doing 30 books in 30 days. And I think because I needed something quicker, because I was needing pacey books for 30 books in 30 days, this just didn't work out for me because it was really slow. How far did I get? I literally got 15 pages in. It is only a tiny book. But it was really slow and dense and reads more like an essay than anything else. This is about 6 astronauts above the Earth looking down on the planet as you've never seen it before from space. Together they watch the silent blue planet, endless shows of spectacular beauty witnessed in a single day. Separated from the world, they cannot escape its constant pull. News reaches them of the death of a mother, and with it comes thought of returning home. The fragility of human life fills their conversations, their fears, their dreams. So far from Earth, they have never felt more apart or protective of it. They begin to ask, what is life without Earth, and what is Earth without humanity? By definition, I think I should enjoy this, but when I DNF'd it, it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right mood. I think I could give this another go. And it's small, so maybe I will combo it up with all of those activity-based ones around screen time. So that is one book on the TBR. Let's pick another one. This one. This looks like a big one. We have got... Ooh, complete an audiobook only when walking. This one is from Nadine. Complete an audiobook only when walking. So I need an audiobook for this one. What do I want to listen to? Could I maybe audio one of the buddy reads I need to do? Maybe the Lies of Locke Lamora audiobook? I don't own it, but could I acquire it? How many hours is it? 22 hours, but I would listen on double speed. So 12 hours of just walking. So if I walk for an hour a day, 12 days, that seems doable. That seems doable. Okay. Thank you, Nadine. Here is our next one, which is one that I knew I needed to read anyway. But I will listen to the audiobook of this only when walking. I like the challenge element of this as well. I didn't know what I asked for when I filled this, but I feel like I maybe asked for more challenges than necessarily just reading prompts. Let's do another one. This would be my 6th one, but I've only picked 2 books, so we're just going to keep going until I stop. Oh my god, the screen time strikes again. Erin told me to read for half of my screen time, but I already have one to read for all of my screen time, so I'm actually going to put this one back because it, like, we've already got one that's actually worse. So Erin's is going back in the pot as well. Let's try again. Let's see what this is. Out of the Acid Flounder, we have got do a 24-hour reading challenge. Okay, I will do a 24-hour reading challenge in June. Thank you to Carolina. This challenge has been waiting for like 4 years to happen. It will happen. Let's go. What else have I got? Ooh, we have got... Ooh, from Carrie. Pull an oracle card and pick a book based on that. Okay. Let's use my Prism Oracle, because they're normally my go-to for Oracle-based reading recommendations. And here we have my Prism Oracle deck. I love these cards. These are probably my most used Oracle cards. And we will pick a card and pick a book for the TBR based on the card. Thank you very much, Carrie, for this suggestion. That card wants to be picked. Ooh! Creativity, and it's purple. Purple creativity literally leapt out of the deck there. A book that screams purple creativity. What do we think? I am leaning towards middle grade for this, but I don't know why. Or, no, I'm not. I tell you a fib. This is what I just spotted the cover and thought, actually, no. One, it's purple. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. Okay, maybe it's more of a indigo. But it's purple, okay? There are shades of purple in this cover. It might not match exactly. But then also creativity and embracing that creative spark. This cover looks crafty. And also, I just think the concept of these books is incredibly creative and imaginative, and I love it. This is Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me by Django Wexler, which is the second book in the Dark Lord Davi series. And Davi is a woman who cannot die, or if she does die, she just wakes up again and has to relive the same day of her life over and over again, like a Groundhog Day sort of situation. And in the first book, Davi always thought that her responsibility and her role was to stop the Dark Lord. She was supposed to help the good side of this world that she randomly woke up in. So she would always wake up, and this wizard would always find her, and she would go to the good guys, and she would try and help them defeat the bad guys and defeat the Dark Lord. And every time she would die. And when she dies, she wakes up again and is saved by the wizard and relives it all over and over and over again. Until one day she decides, nah, if I cannot defeat the Dark Lord, I will become the Dark Lord. I will lead the bad side to victory instead. Hence the title of the first book, How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. And here we have number 2. Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me. It is funny, and it is, I think, a very creative concept and very creatively written with some very creative language, and I'm really excited about this. So that is going on the TBR. We now have 3 books on the TBR and a lot of challenges, which will allow for a lot of mood reading, which is what I wanted. We'll do another. I don't know if this might be our last. We'll see. Thank you, Flounder. And we have got, ooh, from Kendra, read a polar fantasy in one day. So still a challenge, but I need to make it a polar fantasy. And I have such a fantastic idea for that one. This, City of All Seasons. I don't know if this would be like classically polar fantasy, but City of All Seasons is about a city that is split in half. Half of it is in constant heat, constant hot weather, to the point where walls are crumbling and they are struggling to survive in the heat. And then the opposite side of this city is in Arctic conditions. That's where I'm going for the polar fantasy element of this being. It's a city called Fair Harbour, and Jamie Pike's city is stuck in perpetual winter. Windows and doorways are bricked shut to keep the freezing cold out. Residents are striving to survive in Arctic conditions. And then Esther is in Fair Harbour, which is stuck in constant summer, walls are crumbling in the heat, and its oppressive sunlight is a relentless presence. Both of these cities were once a single united city, and at certain places at certain times, the sides can catch a glimpse of one another, and Jamie and Esther find a way to communicate across that divide and see if they can recombine their fractured city. I think I could probably read this in a day. It's not enormous. It's actually a very recent purchase as well, so that is also exciting. Okay, how are we doing? So we've got that one for a polar fantasy, which needs to be read in a day. We've got Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me for the Oracle card, which was creativity. We've got an audiobook, Only Walking, in The Lies of Loch Lamora there. Then we've got the Give a DNF a Second Chance in Orbital. So there's four books on the TBR, and I might leave it at that for the TBR portion of this. And then outside of that, I have 4 activity prompts as well. One of them, book-related snack, I can do. One of them, start to finish with no screen time, which doesn't have to be one of those 4 books. It could be anything else as well. A 24-hour reading challenge, which I can definitely do. I do a 24-hour readathon with my Patreon every month anyway, as part of Pokeathon and the gym, so the 24-hour reading challenge will definitely happen. And then read for the same amount of screen time you had the previous day. All right, this has been interesting. I would definitely be interested in refilling the Acid Flounder of Doom. I think this is going to make for a fun June challenge. So thank you very much to the Acid Flounder, and thank you very much to the patrons who filled it way back when. I may well ask my patrons to refill him as well. Do we like this? Do we like this as a concept for a TBR? Would you like to see more of the Acid Flounder of Doom as more than just the Acid Flounder of June? Let me know, but I've had fun. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye!